Did you ever notice when you're simply sitting and listening, the sound of your breath seems to come alive, like a quiet rhythm, soft and steady? And as we talk, you may already feel a kind of comfort, as if your body knows exactly how to relax. You might even remember the feeling of watching waves at the beach, how they roll in and roll out effortlessly. And isn't it interesting that even now, just focusing on that rhythm can allow your thoughts to wander? And you may discover that simply letting go happens all on its own, so easily. I was talking with someone the other day who described walking through a forest after a light rain. You know, the way the air smells fresh and rich, and the sound of raindrops slipping off leaves. They mentioned how they felt their footsteps soften with the earth, almost as if the ground was welcoming them. And isn't it remarkable how with every step the world can feel quieter? It's as if time slows down, and you find yourself so deeply connected to the moment that everything else fades into the background, until there's only you here in this peaceful open space. And there was once a traveller who carried a small heavy bag everywhere they went. This bag was filled with small stones, each one representing something they thought might go wrong. The traveller didn't even remember how the bag got so full. It just always seemed to be there. One day, they passed a small garden, vibrant and green. An old gardener was tending to the plants, carefully pulling weeds and sprinkling water. The traveller, watching curiously, asked the gardener, "How do you make this garden so beautiful?" The gardener smiled and said, "It's simple. I remove what doesn't belong and focus on what grows." The traveller paused for a moment and then asked, "But don't the weeds always come back?" "Oh, they do," said the gardener, "but I've learned something. Every time I pull a weed, I create a space for something beautiful. And the more I focus on the beauty, the easier it becomes to see it everywhere." Something about those words stayed with the traveller. They sat by the garden and decided, just for a moment, to set their heavy bag down. And a funny thing happened. As they sat there, noticing the flowers, the sunlight, and the gentle hum of life around them, the bag felt lighter, almost as if some of the stones had disappeared on their own. And it's curious, isn't it, how you can decide in your own time to set things down. And as you imagine that now, you might discover that letting go doesn't mean losing, it means making space. And maybe you've already started noticing what you can nurture, what's possible, because the seeds of optimism grow strongest in soil that's ready to welcome them. And as you sit here now, breathing steadily, you may begin to feel a lightness in your body, like the kind of lightness that comes when a burden lifts. And soon, as you return fully to the room, you'll notice that calm sense of clarity staying with you. You may even find yourself smiling unexpectedly, as if the weight of the day feels just a bit easier. Because each time you see a challenge now, your mind might naturally ask, what else could grow here? And the answer will come just like the sun rises, steady and bright. And from now on, every time you take a deep breath, you'll find it easier to notice the good in any situation. Challenges will feel lighter, as if a small encouraging voice whispers, there's something good here, waiting to be discovered. Thank you for joining me in the garden today, and until next time, goodbye and good mental health.